welcome back to Shemsuniverse. So today guys, we're going to discuss Sun and Virgo as a sign. So with Vedic astrology or Sidereal astrology, what we have here is we judge our sun signs a little bit different. I know a lot of you guys are saying, oh, the moon sign is more important, and I do agree with you. It is more important when we look at this ideology. However, I usually just discuss sun signs first with any given ideology, whether it be the tropical or this one, and I'm going to get to the lunar ones after and show why they're more significant in this play. But to get back to the main subject here, Virgo with the sun is a good mix because Virgo is represented by Mercury. Mercury with the sun is sort of neutral. Like Mercury gets along with the sun, it feels good around it, but the sun is just like neutral towards Mercury, doesn't love it, doesn't hate it. And as a result, these natives that have this would be born between September 17th and October 17th, approximately, with their ideology. They're very, very good with their technical skills. They're very observant. They have good writing skills. They're very polite mannered. They're really nice to be around, those sort of people. The weaknesses fall in being a little bit too nosy at times, getting into people's business, maybe giving unsolicited advice, and just being a little bit too meticulous when it comes to how people are organizing their life. Virgo people are naturally very organized because Mercury is exalted in their sign, and they find that they want to have everything in their life very, very organized, and they decide things in a very rational way. This is very important, but you need to understand as a Virgo person with your sun in Virgo that you have to just control your own life. If you try to control other people's lives and make it so it mirrors sort of like what yours is, even though you think you're doing a good thing, you're really hindering your success or just competence with them in an interpersonal relationship standpoint, because they're not looking at it like that. They're saying, you're trying to tell me what to do, screw you, type of thing. Even though on your end, you're saying you actually genuinely love them and you're just trying to give them sound advice. So my recommendation here is just to more so have that internal locus of control, organize your own life, apply that meticulousness internally, and make sure that everything in your life is mirroring what you want it to be. And if there's people in your life that actually do affect certain things, like if they're in business with you, I'm not saying don't deal with them. Definitely make sure that they're doing their part. But you need to understand that in a social dynamic, people are not going to really reflect what it is that you're always doing necessarily. Even if you have an always clean car, clean house, and you have a job that's stable and has a lot of security, you might have a friend that might want to be a freelance writer or an entrepreneur, and their life isn't that organized, or they're going broke because they're trying to invest in their business. You can't come to them with a negative standpoint and expect them to still remain your friend. You just need to make sure that you're, I guess, filtering your words and mitigating saying negative things. Because Virgo, a lot of the times, is considered a negative sign in the sense that you guys can really just put a negative connotation on people's ideas and so forth. So just be very wary of that. Also understand that Venus is debilitated in this sign. So when it comes to like love and interpersonal relationships, intimacy, Virgo has a bit of a challenge with that. That definitely needs to be noted, and it can be overcome as long as you're very mindful on your speech. But when it comes to jobs and career, you guys can do anything from technicians, like mechanics. You guys have really good writing skills as well. Your oratory skills can be quite good because of Mercury. And you guys are very, very well suited for jobs that give a lot of attention towards, you have to be very detail oriented. You have to know what goes where and why. And when you guys have a job like that, that's where your real specialties come out. And you guys are the type of people that'll be employee of the month. Definitely get a lot of good sound promotions in a company. If you have a problem with anxiety, which I know a lot of Virgos do, sun sign Virgos, make sure that you do not take on a leadership position that might overwhelm you. I know you guys have very busy brains, and as a result, a lot of times you guys can end up just getting caught up with an overload of information, and then that causes anxiety for you. So just be wary of that. They try to say online that Virgos aren't meant for leadership positions, but as a sort of contradiction, they say that Virgos make up the most billionaires in the world. So that definitely is counterintuitive, because if you're going to have a lot of money and status, you need to in turn also be able to handle a great degree of stress. That's what kind of comes with it. You have to pay the cost to be the boss. And if you're a Virgo person, I bet you do understand this, but just make sure that you do take it to that next level and make sure that you are applying your knowledge in a very sound and mindful way, and not just regurgitating information and not really applying it in the correct places. Some other tips for you guys. You guys can also use Wednesday as your good luck day. The numbers 3 and 5 work very well for you guys. So starting a business or doing something new on days that add to 3 or 5 will be very good. So like the 3rd, The 12th, the 21st, the 30th works very well. Also, the March works very well for you guys, as well as a month as a whole. And also, of course, the numbers that apply with 5, so the 5th, the 14th, the 23rd, they can do very well for you guys as well. And also, you just have to look at your numerology if you have a sun sign Virgo, and then see what applies and where. And if you're able to, in turn, sort of interpret the information correctly and then see how it applies to your sun sign, you can have a really great degree of success. Because like I said, your guys' detail orientation makes you guys very well suited for high status positions. But as long as you remain grounded and don't get overwhelmed, like I said, by the information, then you'll be very good to go. If you do get overwhelmed, like anybody else, it's just going to lead to a catastrophe, a crash of some sort. So another thing is, if you guys want a little bit more relaxation, wear green mostly, or a blue. A lot of bright colors will work very well for you guys because you guys naturally have cynical minds. A lot of intelligent people do, and you guys look at worst case scenarios in a lot of given situations. So if you're wearing green or blue, or have an object that's maybe green or blue around you, that's more soothing to the mind, to the subconscious, and then it can in turn help you meditate and just bring down that stress level a lot. But aside from that, that should conclude this video, guys. If you have any questions about the Virgo whatsoever in the sun sign, please just let me know in the comments. If you disagree with what I'm saying, I want you to let me know in the comments. Aside from that, like, subscribe. Holla at me for today, guys. Peace.